Hi there. Today I'm going to use leftovers, so I'm going to make a turkey, pancetta and leek pie with the leftovers from yesterday's turkey. I've laid out all the ingredients and I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay, so ingredients wise, I've obviously got the turkey from yesterday's gorgeous turkey that we had as Easter Monday dinner. We have got some flour, butter and salt and pepper just to make a roux for the sauce. There's the pancetta. This is 125 grams of plain flour and 55 grams of butter with a pinch of salt, and I'm going to turn that into breadcrumbs in a moment, and I'll bring it together with some water just to make a pastry. This is the basis for our sauce. So in here we've got 2 small onions, 1 leek, 2 cloves of garlic and 1 small carrot chopped up. And here we've got our pie dishes, which I've greased and floured so that hopefully the pie comes out nice and easily. Got some chopped parsley and some chicken stock in the back there. So the chicken stock, I think we've got 500 mils there. Okay, so I'm going to go away and just turn this butter and flour into breadcrumbs, and then I'll bring it together with some water and then I'll come back to you guys. So this is the pastry that I've turned into breadcrumbs. I'm going to add some water to it now to bring it together and form a dough. Okay, so I don't know if anyone spotted what a complete numpty I was, but that pastry was definitely not going to do those 2 pie dishes. I have told you that I'm absolutely rubbish at measuring, so I've just whipped up a second batch of exactly the same amounts, and that is in the fridge cooling down. This one is going to be for the bottom of the pie dish because it's totally not a pie if you haven't got base, in my opinion anyway. So I'm just rolling it out to quite a thin consistency, and I'm going to line the pie dishes with it. I shall come back in a sec. Okay, so I've lined the pie dishes and I've just put some greaseproof paper and some baking beans in there, and I'm going to pop them in the oven and blind bake them for probably about 8 minutes. I'm doing this just because the filling won't actually need as long as the pastry, so we just give it a bit of a head start and make sure that we don't have a soggy bottom. So I will come back to you to do the filling. Okay, so we're going to make the filling for the pie. So I'm just going in with the onion, leek, carrot, garlic, and I've just got a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm just going to fry that off to soften it. And now I'm going to add the pancetta. I'm just going to cook that until it starts to brown. Okay, so that's about where we want it now. Sorry, it keeps steaming up. So we're going to form, this is actually a great base for any soups or stews. It's just really flavourful and really tasty. We're going to make the sauce part of the dish now. We don't need to put the turkey in yet because it's already cooked, so that can quite happily finish in the oven. So I'm going to go in with some butter and just let that melt. We're going to make a roux. Traditionally you'd do the roux without all the other ingredients in there, but it's fine to do it with the pie ingredients in there already. So we just want that to melt. It smells amazing. And we're going to just add the flour. That good stir into it. So we've added the flour and it's kind of forming very clumpy lumps now. I'm going to add the seasoning. Just give that a quick stir around and let the flour cook. And we're going to go in slowly with the stock because I don't want it lumpy. So we'll just add a little bit at a time. That's coming together really nicely now. Add some some more stock. You basically want to just add some stock until it starts to thicken and then add a tad more. I think I'll probably end up using all of this stock. So I've just added the turkey to that, and I'm going to go in with the parsley and a tiny bit of cream just to bring it all together. Okay, I'm just going to let that simmer for a couple of minutes, and then I'll turn it off the heat and let it cool down before I fill the pie fillings. Okay, so I've filled the pie cases with the filling. That's cooled down a little bit and they're looking gorgeous. And I have rolled out the pastry for the topping. You could just put that on top and egg wash around the sides, but I'm going to do a little bit of fancy lattice work. This is not something I'm great at. I only learnt it a few months ago, but I quite enjoy it. Okay, so I've cut the pastry in half, and then I have cut it into thin strips. I'm going to lay them across the pie now, and I'll show you how I do the lattice. Okay, so the first stage is to lay them across horizontally, and then I'm going to bend every second one back so that it looks like this, and then I'm going to take each one and go back over, and then I'll do that again with the alternate ones, and I'll come back to you when it's done. So I've finished the lattice effect, and I've just added a couple of little roses on there. I'm not quite ready to cook it yet, so when I am, I will egg wash it and put it in the oven at 190, probably for about 25 minutes. So there is the finished product, a turkey pancetta and leek pie with a lattice top. Bye.